Good morning. My name is Travis Albrecht. Does anybody know somebody who's out of work and needs money? Well, 100,000 people are in the same boat, and so am I. This may be a recession. My own experience with the recession is having an animal farm back on Long Island, and we definitely felt the effects of a slowing economy. We have raised prices, and the money people want to spend is either cut in half or cut in thirds. So where does that leave us? No profit. Today I would like to help you have a better understanding of what a recession is, pinpointing a few in the past, and what leads some experts to believe we are currently in another. So, what is a recession? A recession is a significant decline in economic activity or a general slowdown lasting longer than a few months. According to the New York Times, a recession looks into all the goods and services produced in the U.S. to determine this decline. There are a few different causes of a recession. According to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, disruption to income, employment, production and sales are all taken into account. Also, confidence and prosperity by you, the consumer, plays a big role in the success of the economy. Now that we know what a recession is and what causes it, I would like to tell you about a few of the past. The energy crisis recession of the 1980s lasted 16 months, from July 1981 to November 1982. It saw a decrease in 3.6% of the gross domestic product, which is the market value of a country's goods and services, for a period. This was caused by a regime change in Iraq, who was a large supplier of oil, and in the U.S. led to higher prices and inflation. Although that recession did not have as bad an effect on the economy as we just experienced and are experiencing today, it still hit the economy hard. Not too many of you may have witnessed this recession, so let me move to one we are more familiar with. The credit crunch, or the 2008 crisis, was the last recession that we came out of and we are so-called recovered from. The financial crisis was triggered by the collapse of the housing bubble, risky ventures with the banks, and many failed regulations of the economy. According to David Leonhardt, an economist and financial writer of the New York Times, fallout from the financial crisis included the collapse of the housing market, downturns in the stock market, bank bailouts, and the failings of financial institutions. So now that a recession has been explained and we are aware of a few in the past, now you should be aware of what leads some to believe we are currently in one.
Hit F5. Okay, hit the space bar. Hit it again.
Unemployment is a good indicator of recession. Currently, as shown on the slide, unemployment is at 9.1% and it is up since March, which was at 8.8%. Laxman at Truthan, the Chief Operations Officer of the Economic Cycle Institute, says, if the U.S. isn't in a recession, it's about to enter one, and we will experience unemployment in double digits. This means that millions of people will be out of work. Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke was also quoted recently in saying the economy is very close to faltering. The gross domestic product is also another indicator of recession. As stated before, the GDP measures the prosperity and success of American markets and is usually a reliable marker for signs of recession. The Bureau of Labor and Statistics recently measured the GDP to be down 5.1%, and we have not been labeled a recession yet. We continue to feel the effects of a recession when we fill our gas tanks, go out to eat, go shopping, and when you have to pay bills at the end of the month. Let me end by saying that now we all know people who may need money and are out of work, but now after this speech, we know why they're out of money and need work also. I have defined the term recession as a general slowdown of the economy lasting at least a few months. Also, through explaining a couple of past recessions, you can understand how we might recognize a recession if we see it, even though it's not categorized as one yet. You have also heard what experts are saying that makes them to believe we are currently in another recession. Well, if no one is just going out there and say it, we might have entered another recession, and we continue to feel the effects of one, even though it's not labeled. In my opinion, history is always going to repeat itself. Thank you.